Whether you're a casual runner or training for the Des Moines Marathon, it's important to know the warning signs of trouble. The Iowa Clinic has some tips for runners to keep them in tip-top shape.
It's time to go see the physician when you have pain at rest, even after you've stopped the activity. If you've stopped running and you still have pain later that day, or you have pain or aches at nighttime that keep you awake and that intrude with your normal activities of daily living. So normal walking, stair negotiation, getting in and out of the car. If you have pain with any of those activities, it's probably time to go see the doctor and find out what's going on. I'm a big fan of ice. Really, you can never go wrong using ice. Ice is okay to use right after an injury, like say you're running, you twist an ankle or sprain an ankle, use ice. Okay, you run, you overdo it, your knee hurts, use ice. Both of those instances, you really don't want to use heat because your body's already producing an inflammatory process, and there's going to be heat, there's going to be swelling in the area as well already, and you don't want to add heat to that. So ice, you really can never go wrong with ice. It's a natural analgesic or a pain reliever, and it's also anti-inflammatory. So it's going to help calm things down and promote the healing process. The use of ibuprofen to kind of pre-medicate or to help prevent pain or irritation before you run is really a bad idea. That ibuprofen sets in motion a physiological process that really is kind of stops the healing process a little bit. So you don't want to do that just because. You don't want to set that physiological process in motion if there's not an acute or a sudden onset injury. Also, the ibuprofen will mask any pain or symptoms that you're having, so it's very likely that you could overdo the activity and actually cause yourself more harm by pre-medicating with the ibuprofen.
Physical therapy is wonderful. They have modalities that they can use to help get the particular patient over their ailment, but they also can put you on a home exercise plan that works preventative as well as therapeutic. The top three things I see as a foot and ankle specialist with runners who are starting out are tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, and stress fractures. Probably within tendonitis, the most common tendon that's affected is the Achilles tendon. And the Achilles tendon, you'll know that you've got Achilles tendonitis when you reach back to your Achilles tendon. You can feel a bump or just inflammation and tenderness associated with that. Typically, patients will tell us when they're starting out their run, it hurts exquisitely, it feels like it's burning, it just doesn't feel right. If that goes on to be untreated, it can lead to Achilles tendon rupture, which are serious. The second thing, plantar fasciitis, is inflammation of the strong ligament that goes on the bottom of our feet from our heel to each one of our toes. Oftentimes people will tell us it feels like they're stepping on a rock or that their heel's really bruised. Prevention, good supportive shoes that fit, stretching, anti-inflammatories, and ice typically will help. If that doesn't work, then we may need to immobilize you or do a cortisone injection. And then the third thing, stress fractures, typically of the forefoot or the metatarsals. It's just too much too quick that patients will overtrain and suffer a stress fracture. You know you've got those if the front part of your foot becomes swollen. It's really painful to touch those particular metatarsals.
The Iowa Clinic is proud to be a sponsor of the Des Moines Marathon this year. You can check out more of our training tips at this website.